There is a Stanley Cup craze going on right now at Target, and just to be clear, we're not referring to the National Hockey League Stanley Cup. People on TikTok are posting videos showing a crush of customers running through the store to get their hands on them.
Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. I truly do appreciate your continued support on my channel, and I hope that you are subscribed as well. So I know that I talk about a lot of pretty heavy subjects on my channel most of the time, but I honestly think that sometimes it's these issues that we think seem so silly that often give us a lot of indicator about where we are at as a society. And I do have to say that I think the more progressive we have become, the more that we have regressed as human beings. It becomes so easy for us to not be considerate of other people, to prioritize trends, to want to get our hands on the latest thing that's trending on TikTok. And I think in a lot of ways, this is not doing us any favors. And it forces a lot of people, or at least it seems like, to put this thing first before being a decent human being. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this trend going on right now. It says that Starbucks Pink Stanley Cups, shoppers are lining up at Target at 3 a.m. in the morning to get their hands on a cup. Now, before I go any further, I know that you guys have seen me drink out of this probably a few times on my videos by now. This is not a Stanley. I actually had somebody ask me how long I waited in line for this cup, and I had to clarify. It's not a Stanley. It's a knockoff that I got on Amazon for a lot cheaper. It's because the cups that I was purchasing before, I kept dropping them and breaking them, so I wanted to pick something that was a little bit more sturdy, but it's not a Stanley. And I would not wake up at 3 a.m. to do anything. The only time that I've ever woken up at 3 a.m. to do anything in my life was to give birth to my daughter. And even then, I was like, can we wait until, 7, 8 in the morning? She was not down for that. So this says, people were waiting outside for a chance to get their hands on an exclusive Starbucks Pink Stanley Quencher vacuum stainless steel tumbler available only in Target stores. The special 40-ounce cups were first released last May, and there was another release in November. Wednesday's drop featured a special pink and red winter edition of the popular cup called the Galentine Day collection, referring to the date celebrating female friendship. And you can see people standing out there in the dark, in the cold, waiting to get their hands on this cup. Why? Can anybody explain why? I have a knockoff. I got it from Amazon. I was not cold at any time waiting for this to be delivered to my house, and I got a full night's sleep. And people have been posting a ton of TikTok videos about what these crowds look like as they're rushing to get these cups. It says, video from one TikTok user shows customers in Goodyear, Arizona rushing and shoving to get their hands on the colorful cups. There's a limit 2 per guest, an employee is heard saying in the radio. Chrissy Reed told our sister station KDFW she waited outside a Target in Cedar Hill, Texas for a chance to get one of the tumblers for herself and her daughter. The store said only one purchase was allowed to be made per household and even checked IDs to make sure no one was double dipping.
The earth is doomed.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't change the address on my ID very frequently. So the one that is on my ID is from like 3 houses ago. So I don't know how effective that's going to be because I don't know anybody that goes to the DMV. I couldn't think of what it was called. I was thinking DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth. That goes to the DMV every time they get a new address, but maybe our family just moves more than other people. I don't know. I just don't know if that's going to be very effective. One of the customers, again, this Chrissy Reed, says, my daughter and I got it. I love it. So it was a must, she told KDFW. Managers at the Cedar Hill location said they only had 38 of the tumblers, which sold out very quickly. KDFW visited 3 Target locations on Wednesday morning, and all 3 said the cups had completely sold out.
The earth is definitely doomed.
Local news outlets in California, Nevada, and Illinois also reported long lines at Targets for the exclusive item. The popular cups sold for $49.95 at Target stores. KDFW spotted some of the cups on eBay for between $140 to $220. And I cannot believe the videos that have been posted of these stampedes, people rushing in there to get their hands on a pink cup. Was pushed or if she fell, I have no idea. But either way, she she got hurt over this stampede just to get this thing. And they were shoving this cart all over the place. It is beyond. Can you guys think of anything that you would behave this way over? Is there anything that means so much to you that you would run through the store and shove people out of the way, elbow whoever, gets in your way, just so you can get your hands on it? I personally cannot think of one thing.
You guys are limit 2 for guests.
Now this one was the craziest. Just give you a heads up, these two are having kind of an argument about it, and then out of nowhere this other guy jumps over the counter of the Starbucks little area in the Target store, and it's just unreal.
Hey, you're behind me. How would you
Whoa, 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 get out of here. They just tried to grab it. Look at them. They're trying to steal. You guys, this is insane. Look at this dude, stupid. Get him, get him. Stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him. Yeah, stop him. I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him. Stop him. Stop her. Stop her. Somebody, she tried to grab my bag, you guys. Look at, this is insane. Look at this. He is insane.
Sold out in 20 minutes. It's ugly. One woman punched her grandma right in the throat. Same family, too.
So that guy's gonna have a nice little conversation with the police, and I just have to say, I hope the criminal record is worth it, my guy. I don't think there is anything that is worth mistreating other people, because I think people were being pretty disrespectful to each other. There were some instances, you can just see them kind of shoving out of the way and diving in there, and it just seems a little ridiculous. And as a mom, something that I have a conversation with my kids about a lot, because this is child behavior, butting in line, grabbing things, getting in people's way, not waiting your turn. This is stuff that we teach our kids not to do. But something else that I teach my kids is, if there is a thing that you are in possession of, and that thing is causing you to not be a nice person, then it's not worth it. It's like when my kids are fighting over an item, one person wants it and the other person wants it, and they both want it at the same time and they're arguing about it. I'm like, is your relationship as siblings worth this thing that you're fighting about? And I hope that makes sense. But to me, it's like, if it's this possession, if a cup is making you mistreat other people and be a disrespectful person, and you feel like you have to sacrifice being a good human just so you can get this cup, then this cup really isn't worth it. And that's something that I took away from it. But also, I just can't believe how crazy people get over material possessions, over things. My husband often, it's something that we kind of had to adjust to. He can be a little bit more sentimental about things at times, whereas I am someone who likes to clear out the things that we have as often as possible, because I don't like clutter. I just don't get attached to items. And so it's something that just doesn't even register with me. Like, what is the worst case scenario here if you don't have something like this? If you don't have this thing, you go about your day and you drink water out of something else. And honestly, nobody is going to care. And if you're looking at somebody who has a Pink Stanley tumbler and you are jealous of them, maybe recheck your priorities because it's not a big deal. It's just not. And I honestly love what this next guy had to say about it. This is from the original video, but I liked this take on it because I thought it was very true.
Here's what I think is happening, like, to be perfectly honest. I think social currency within some people is becoming more than real currency. And if you have one
There's
of
a
these
Black
cups-
Mirror about that.
Yeah. Oh, really?
There is. She
Oh.
gets paid, but you can't pay
Because
without social
online is a
currency.
different planet. It's a different
Reality.
world online. The reality of who I am, I was just talking about in the last segment, the reality of you having this cup somehow elevates you.
Right.
I haven't worked in weeks.
Right.
I've stood outside Target for 2 days to get this cup, but yet I feel elevated
It's a status.
because I have this mug.
Right.
And I would 100% have to agree with that. It's like we value these things. If we have the thing that is trending, the thing that is popular, the thing that so many people want, that seems to be of so much more value than being like, hey, I have a really great career. Hey, I have things that are of actual value in my life. It's like if I can post a TikTok while holding a Stanley tumbler, that seems to hold far more weight than things that actually matter. And I'm sure you guys will be really happy to know that now there are police officers guarding the Stanley Cup stations in the Target stores. And I'm sure these guys are standing there like police academy, intense training, sweating my brains out, doing all of these things. And I am standing in a Target store guarding the pink and red cups from psycho people from TikTok. And I just want to say, if you can stand outside all night waiting for one of these things outside of a Target store and freeze your butt off, and you have that much dedication to getting one of these things, then you can vote in person. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this in the comments below. Please like this video. It does help me in the algorithm. Share it if you feel like it's worth sharing. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.